Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
But yeah, man. Let me see here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the breakdown of this episode on Wikipedia.
Don't break down yet. It's over.
What's it called? The Statistical Probabilities.
Yes.
I can't spell that.
Just type DS9 stat.
I just DS9 season 6. And then it comes
Episode
up
9.
episode 9, season 6. I can't believe we're almost done with the series.
It's gonna be sad.
I'm already feeling like, oh no, Voyager's coming.
There's really, I mean, so we're gonna do Voyager,
Yes.
then Enterprise,
Yes.
and then TOS.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long time until we get to like a fun series again.
Not really. I mean, Enterprise has its moments.
But I mean, it has a lot of bad episodes too, right?
You know what, man?
I keep hearing more and more negative things about Enterprise. Like people, I think, for a while were willing to say good things about it because they got, they were upset that it got canceled. And I guess the last season, except for the final episode, was trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
But as there's more time away from it, it's having the opposite like reverberations that DS9 does. Like DS9 is more appreciated as time goes by, but Enterprise seems like, at least from what I see, like people are just like, nah.
Shitting on it.
Yeah.
I think DS9 kind of made, and I don't even know if, not DS9, excuse me.
Enterprise
kind of made the 24 mistake, I think, where like it's hard to watch.
Each episode was an hour and a day?
No. But it was so, from my understanding and from stuff I've tried to go back and watch, it's so connected. It's so episodic that like it's hard to just pick up an episode if you.
Oh, so it's not each episode's not disposable. Like they'll present information that and won't give you the backstory as to why that's important, kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot of assumptions. Because I mean, I know like Enterprise is my least favorite Star Trek show to go back and try to watch an episode on Heroes and Icons, because like if they get into like season 2, I think they only did 4 seasons. I know one of the seasons feels like a 26 episode arc, and it's like that's hard to do. You know what I mean? Because if you miss 3 episodes, you're kind of screwed. And if you just want to pick up an episode and just watch, that's even harder. Whereas like, I think one of the beauties of Star Trek is like, you can watch episode 3, season 3 of Deep Space Nine. You can watch episode 6 of season 5 and still kind of have an idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
Where with Enterprise, I think that's a bit more difficult, if that makes sense. Because there are episodes that I've watched of Enterprise, and I've seen the first 12 episodes of Enterprise. I'll go back and watch and go, I have no idea what's happening. Like what are these things? Who are these people? With the temporal Cold War and all that stuff. It's a futuristic temporal Cold War, a nod to mystery, thought to add the element to the X-Files, but I think it went on for a whole season. That's a lot.
Yeah. So I guess if you've already seen the whole series, then it's easier to jump back in and watch any of those episodes because you might have a favorite episode from that season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it says here
if you just jump in there without having ever really seen the whole thing, then you're kind of like, I'm so lost as to what's going on right now.
Yes, the third season embraces a heavily serialized format, initially dedicated to the search of the Xandi superweapon. It focuses on the Enterprise's mission to prevent a second, more powerful Xandi attack from destroying Earth. And also, that's if you're talking 24 episodes, It was the first to use a single story arc for an entire season. That was the only Star Trek series not to feature a Klingon. So, like, if you're doing a 24 episode arc, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You
So, I
know,
mean,
like,
even Battlestar Galactica, like a lot of times it was that way. It was heavily serialized as well, but there was only like 10 episodes a season.
yeah.
So it wasn't that bad. You know, the story's wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can do an 8 episode arc and be done, because that's essentially what Deep Space Nine, the start of, like, think about Deep Space Nine. Think about the start of season 6. Okay, if this was modern television, those first 6 episodes would be your season.
Yeah,
like that would be it. Like they would lose Deep Space Nine, and then they would spend the next 6 episodes getting it back, and then you could pour your entire budget for those 24 episodes into those 6,
yeah,
and then just make it nuts, and then just
Agents of Shield kind of fell into that trap too in like its second and third seasons. Like they were just playing these long ass arcs that just got pointless after a while.
yeah.
But in their fourth season, they started breaking the show up into like third season releases. So they would release like 8 episodes in the fall, 8 in the winter, and then 8 like in the spring, summertime. And each of those was like a mini arc. And they were all loosely tied together, but each one told their own story, and it just got a lot better. The storytelling was a lot more efficient. So.
Yeah, because you're trying to stretch stuff out over 24 episodes. I imagine to try to pace that out, it's got to be very difficult.
And what if it sucks?
Yeah,
yeah, like 24 hours or 24 episodes is just
you have 24 hours of bad television, and like, what if it doesn't connect with your audience? And they're just like,
exactly.
oh, I don't.
That's what I mean. Like in the writers' room, it may seem like a good idea, but then the viewers just don't connect with it. Now you've deep sixed the show.
Yeah, and I think this Enterprise kind of ran into that, or at least even with Discovery, it's kind of like 6. They break them up as like 6 or 7 episode arcs, and then into the next. I mean, to run a 24 episode arc is kind of madness. And again, it's hard to watch on syndication, because you turn it on and I have no idea what the fuck these people are talking about.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? What are they what? Who? Like, and I think sometimes when you go into Star Trek, you expect a certain number of things. You expect a certain breed of alien. You expect a certain kind of je ne sais quoi, if I say so myself, a certain flavor.
It is kind of weird that series happens before any other series, but then there's aliens and stuff that you never see again.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened?
Yeah, and I don't understand why they've been afraid to go forward. That's why I'm really excited about Picard.
Yeah.
Because they're going forward. Like,
now you can bring in new stuff and integrate with the old stuff, and it's
you can bring in new stuff, and people aren't going to go, well, I don't remember that in the timeline, and when did this happen? Well, this happens 25 years in the future. We're writing the timeline as we go. It just seems more liberating as a creator, as opposed to being kind of boxed in.
Yeah.
Because then you just
even if they are just rehashing a Borg plot line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the Xandi are. Was it a Borg plotline?
No, I'm talking about Picard.
Oh, yeah, I don't
even. It's still going to be exciting because it's new.
But it's Borg, I guess.
Yeah.
But it can't be Borg. Like, there's no way.
The Picard series?
Like, is it really going to be like Borg and Data? Because that seems lackluster and kind of lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why they're bringing 7 and 9 in there, and Hugh, and like a lot of the scenes are on a Borg cube in the trailer and stuff.
That seems lazy to me. Like,
that one mystery girl, I think she's a former Borg or something.
What up, former Borg?
Yeah.
I thought the Borg were kind of taken care of. And then that's another thing. Like, I feel like Voyager kind of beat the Borg into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But then
they were like, man, people came back to watch it for the cat suit, but we need something else.
Yeah. And like, if anything, that's when there should have been more crazy new shit going on, because it's all crazy and new shit. Like, you're 75 years away from Earth. Like, do some stuff.
Yeah, but I guess that's where TV budgets get into ruining everything.
Yeah, but again,
You
though,
can only put feathers on somebody's head and then call them an alien. Like, all
yeah,
right.
yeah, but also too though, if you're, if you have the budget of a 24 episode series and you make 10 episodes, you can do a lot more. And I think
Yeah.
that's one area where
People weren't that creative back then.
no,
The way that television programming worked back in the 90s was just a lot different than it is now.
oh yeah, I think now it's for the better, but it's quality over quantity. Where before it was just, do we have to sell 24 episodes?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
advertising.
Yeah. But if nobody's
That
watching,
actually is kind of, I wonder who like came up with that or came to that realization is like, okay, we could sell one show, like 24 episodes of one show at an advertisement rate and just kind of hope that it works out. Or we can sell 3 shows of advertising and each one of them is going to be better than that one, long season show because it's going to be like a compressed production schedule. Like they'll save money just making 8 episodes, even if they increase the production value within those episodes, just because the time frame and the scheduling and all that kind of stuff that you have to do for it is going to be a lot easier. But that seems like that was a revelation to them making money.
I guess probably HBO.
But they don't sell advertising.
Yeah, but they sell subscriptions, which is just
like I don't think people preferred HBO because of the series links.
Well, they preferred HBO because of the quality of the series.
Yeah. But see, broadcast TV can't go off of subscription.
No.
Fees, so they're solely an ad-based revenue.
Well, they still are though. I mean, like
but if you can sell 3 great shows instead of one okay show, it's going to be more successful for you. You can raise your ad prices more. See what I mean?
I mean, I guess, but I mean, like, you also have to have 3 great shows, and like, I think it's harder for networks to get great shows because they have to meet the.
Well, if you only had one, like each night of prime time, you can basically air 3 shows, right? If they're like hour-long dramas or, basically 4 comedies and a drama or something like that. And so that's a whole year of programming that is just taken up by those shows each night.
Yes.
But if you can start breaking that out, so you have to go with safe choices, what you think is going to work and everything like that. And it's a year-long bet that you're making. But if you can start breaking that up into thirds, you can take more chances on more risky types of shows. And if they don't work, it was just 8 episodes. Who cares? Or 10 episodes, But if it catches fire, then like Breaking Bad or something like that, then all of a sudden.
Yeah, but you couldn't do Breaking Bad on a network.
But cable kind of works the same way. They're selling advertising too.
Yeah, but you can't do
like Hannibal or something like that, which was only released in I think 10 episode seasons.
Yeah, but I don't think the ratings for Hannibal were all that great. I think it was.
But if they had to do 24 episodes of Hannibal, do you think they would have taken the risk to even put it on the air in the first place?
No.
But if they can do a 10 episode season, why not put it on the air and see what happens? And if there's enough critical response.
Well, I mean, you have to, but I mean, now it seems like on network television, you have to have your audience like your first episode, or they're going to blow you out. It's like there's less room for error at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to be great right out of the box. Like there's no.
Was The Good Place? Have you watched The Good Place?
I've heard good things.
Yeah, but it like the first couple episodes, I was just like, okay, but it once things start revealing, then you're like, oh shit, this is a great show.
But I think show like
you only have to be invested for 10 episodes to get the whole first season. It makes it a lot easier as a viewer to digest too.
But I also think a show like The Good Place is going to get a little bit more of a leash because Ted Danson's in it, because who created The Good Place. I also think that has some stuff to do with it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you've got Mark,
Michael Schur. show.
I'm looking it up now. If you've got like marquee people that are just banging it out, let's see, created by Michael Schur. Yes, you are correct. And he is
The Office and Parks and Rec.
yeah. So he's gonna get a little bit more. Oh yeah, The Office, The OC,
But they didn't give
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
what's that the school teacher one that just got canceled but picked up by Hulu, with the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Patton Oswalt's on that show too. But like that one, I watched the first season. I was just like, nah. And after the second season, they canceled.
Bio.
Yeah, AP Bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he created that show too, and just wasn't good enough.
I don't see that on his. I don't see AP Bio on his.
I thought he did.
Oh, he played Mose. Okay, I know who this guy is. Okay, he does a podcast too that I've heard about. That's supposed to be pretty good.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mike O'Brien. I got my mics mixed up.
Yeah. Okay. He's also married. He's also married to Regis Philbin's daughter.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is Mose. Okay, so he's Mose.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, somebody told me Mose's podcast is really great. But yeah, so I mean, like, he's gonna get a little bit more because he's like, oh, dude, I'm a beast. Like, I wrote for The Office and for Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I'm the man. I'm the executive producer of Masters of None, even though I don't really like that guy.
What, Aziz Ansari?
Yeah, not a fan.
No.
I'm just not a fan. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan.
We went to the same high school.
At very different times, though, I imagine.
Yeah, he's younger than me.
Yeah.
But I only went for 1 year. He went to the South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Math.
Ugh.
He's a smarty pants.
So what you're saying is he's like Julian then in this episode of DS9 we're watching.
Yes, he's an augment.
He's a mutant. I don't like how he calls himself a mutant because being a Marvel Comics fan, they're like, bitch, you ain't shooting lasers out of your eyes. Like,
no, there's a difference. There's a difference in the Marvel Comics universe between a mutant and a mutate.
I know.
So he's actually a mutate because he was changed from his original genetic structure.
So that's the difference?
Yes.
All right, so a mutant is born that way, like Lady Gaga.
Exactly.
A mutate. You ain't. It's okay. All right, so that's interesting. But yeah, I don't like how he keeps calling himself a mutant because, again, you don't have a healing factor.
Yeah.
Like,
you ain't Nightcrawler, baby.
Your skin can't turn to metal. You can't do none of that stuff. Who's your favorite?
You didn't go to school in Westchester County.
Who's your favorite Marvel X-Men, Dennis?
My favorite X-Men?
Mm-hmm. Because you're a big X-Men fan, right?
Yeah.
Have you read any of the new stuff?
I have. I've been reading on Marvel Unlimited.
The Hickman stuff? Because Hickman just took over that book. Brisson and Rosenberg were doing it for a stretch, but then
there's like a 6-month delay, so I might not have gotten to the Hickman.
Yeah, the Hickman stuff just has started. I think I heard it's real good because that guy's a monster.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, when I was a kid, I always liked Wolverine. Obviously, that was kind of the big thing. That's kind of. I don't know what I can say about that.
I mean, you and everybody else.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why
I liked Long Shot. Long Shot was pretty fun.
Long Shot, okay. That's why, of course, everybody liked Wolverine. That's why he was in every book.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize there was such an affinity for magic from the New Mutants. Like it seemed.
I wonder what that's about, though.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what you're implying in that either.
Because she's been hypersexualized. Like when she was originally a New Mutant, they all wore the same uniform and everything like that. But once they've really leaned into like her demon background or whatever, like her midriff is just always out there. I don't know. Seems kind of weird to me.
Okay, I always just thought it was the sword.
The sword is cool, but I don't know. I'm suspicious of people's enjoyment of
Okay, so you think magic is okay? I can see how, because I googled image her and I am seeing a lot of.
It's like I bet a lot of anime fans like magic.
She's basically the White Queen with a sword.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's weirder, like, because when I started reading, New Mutants came out when we were kids.
Yes.
And they were kids.
Yes.
And so now this is a character that's always kind of been a kid, Colossus's younger sister in my mind. And now it's like,
now she needs
Colossus needs to mentor her.
Colossus like, look, you need to wear clothes.
Yet you will not wear that.
There's no reason for your belly to be hanging out.
I'm going to limbo. You can't tell me what to wear.
Look at my titties. I'm a woman. I
think what drove that home for me is they had like the game on your phone you could play that was like the Marvel superheroes game, the Contest of Champions game, and like the animation, like if you play Magic and you win, like the animation they do for her is like her bending over and shaking up or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Put some clothes on, baby.
Yeah.
I do like her sword. That's what I thought. Because the
soul sword is cool.
Yeah, the soul sword is cool. And I've only seen her, I know this sounds naive, but I'm not the biggest X-Men fan. But I've only seen her drawn with more clothes. But like now that I'm Googling this and I'm seeing like titties all over the place, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a regular uniform in probably 15 years.
Weird. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. Nah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I've always liked Wolfsbane. I thought he was a cool one. And then
that's a chick actually. Wolfsbane. Yeah. Rain Sinclair.
And then I like
she's Scottish.
I like what's his face? Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Banshee's pretty cool.
Oh really? Because I was a big where is it? I was a big fan of Excalibur. Excalibur is my favorite X book.
I couldn't get into it.
That's why I liked it.
I didn't like the Werewolves.
I liked the Werewolves. I liked Lockheed.
Excalibur kind of, when it first came out,
it was wacky.
It was a little campy.
Yeah, that's why I liked it.
And I thought, okay, fine. But then the Werewolves started like sucking people's bodies, wearing their skin. I was like, what is happening here?
Yes, that shit was cool. And then like the Cross Time Caper, dude, that's a great arc. If you haven't read the Cross Time Caper, you have Marvel Unlimited.
The whole background of Captain Britain's a little weird.
Yeah.
And Megan and stuff, like it's all a little out there.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
Because it was like it was an X-Men book when I was a kid that wasn't super serious, and it started out as number one, and I was like, "Ooh, I got the number one."
Being an X-Man is serious business.
Super serial.
That's right.
Just like being this guy in these episodes that we're watching here.
Are we just not going to stop and start with the episode?
I mean, we got to talk about Deep Space Nine eventually.
How long have we been talking now?
I don't know, probably 20 minutes. I mean, the funny part is, too, Dennis, I really enjoyed this episode.
Oh, it's great.
You know?
Until the very end.
Okay, so...
I have a really weird reason for not liking the end.
All right, well, I would like to hear your really weird reason. It's basically like the episode opens and there's a bunch of weirdos. Like, that's the easiest way to describe it. It's like a bunch
of mental patients.
Yeah, a bunch of weirdos.
One flew over Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. One is like a fat older guy who's very emotional. One is like a shitty Tony Stark looking dude who kind of talks a lot. He ticks. He says the same things over and over again. The other one is a mute, and then the other one's like a dick fiend.
Yeah, barfly, cock gobbler.
I mean, she's into sex. She's into having sex. I'm not going to shame her, Dennis. That's just what she's into. I want to know.
I'm sure she loved being a cock gobbler.
What's her mutated state? Like,
I think what the point they're trying to make here is like they were mutated by, or they were genetically manipulated, illegally, obviously.
By quacks.
Yeah, but the people who did it weren't good at it.
Yes.
So Julian, the person who did him, or the people who did him, were really good. So they did a good job. His emotional, state is solid for the most part. but all these people suffer debilitating behavioral issues because they went to quacks.
Now, the sexy lady didn't seem to me like she had
I think her hypersexualization is what is her flaw.
Is that a flaw, Dennis?
I wouldn't think so.
If she was a man, would that be a flaw? Then she'd be Captain Kirk. Like she'd
be Riker.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think this one was very sexist. I'm not saying that to try to win over lady fans or to sound like a social justice warrior. I mean, you put a beard on her in a red suit, she's Riker. Am I wrong? Like I don't need your fantasy women. Like even kind of look like him.
Yeah, she's definitely like the most normal, I guess.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
She just wants to fuck. She just has low inhibitions and she's ready to fuck.
Here's the interesting thing about these four, though.
I don't think a woman who has low inhibitions and who's ready to fuck should be in a mental institution.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's fair. In the 24th century, I'd hope we'd be more liberated than that. Like a woman could just go out and get...
They fucking hollow suites.
Yes.
And they're judging her?
That's what I'm saying.
Get out of my face.
How many people on the show have we seen have been in love with lights? Like the way lights bend in an imaginary room.
Oh, man, that hologram gives the best hand jobs. It's awesome.
I can't believe that lady wants to have sex with real people.
How dare you kiss him and then want to and talk about liking other men, too.
What a whore. You need to be locked away. You must be a witch of some sort. Burn her.
So the interesting thing about her, the actress, is she was one of the main villains on the Power Rangers show.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Like this lady, I was looking up all four of them, and the two guys are, pretty uninteresting. They don't really have much of a career to look into, but the two women were interesting to me. She was also on the episode The Ship. She played a Benzite, so we probably couldn't tell what she looked like because she probably, the people with the bongs on their chest.
Yeah.
She's one of those people.
Okay.
She created 2 board games with Daryl Hannah.
Interesting.
And the Power Rangers thing kind of surprised because I never really watched the Power Rangers.
Yeah, me neither.
It came out too late for us to really enjoy it because it was targeted more to younger kids. But she was one of the main villains on it.
Interesting. Did she have them big ass titties on the Power Rangers show? Because I watched that.
A Google image search will tell you that yes, she did.
She was in an all-female group called the American Girls.
Yeah. I guess they were trying to be the Go-Go's or something.
Daryl Hannah. So okay, all right.
Yeah.
Huh.
The other lady, the mute, that actress's name is Faith Saley. And I know, like I saw the name, I was like, wait, I know that name. And she's like a panelist on the NPR show, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Huh.
Like she's a regular on there. So.
Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Interesting. She was also married to Lauren Holly's brother.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it says right here. Okay.
Who's that? Hillary Shepard or Faith Saley?
Faith Saley, the mute girl.
So she was once Jim Carrey's sister-in-law.
Yeah, or ex-sister-in-law or somehow.
Yeah. I guess it depends on when they were. So Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly were already divorced by the time she got married to her brother.
Hey, how you doing? Tim Ransom. Nice to meet you. I'm Jack.
Yeah. I'm Jack. Jack. See? Jack. Jack. Last name off. Jack off.
Jack off. I can do flips. I'm going to break her neck. I'm the leader of the group. And then the one lady is extremely sexual. But I don't see how that makes her a crazy person. Like like Jack and Patrick clearly have like real issues.
But that's the thing. I don't understand why they can't fix these things. This is the 24th century. They have all kinds of these medical breakthroughs and everything. Like, why can't they fix them?
So what you're saying is they broke them. Why can't they put them back together?
Yeah. Like they know what their problems are. Like that Patrick guy is like he's like a kid in a grown-up's body,
Uh-huh.
Like, why can't they fix that? Why can't they make Jack not psychotic? Why can't they make Lauren more sexually aggressive?
Yeah, like unless she's like a raper, I don't see the problem here.
I don't either. She
You
does
know?
kind of kiss rape Julian at one point, but he didn't mind.
Yeah, Julian was
He
like,
was asking for it, walking in that those tight pants.
Julian also looks like he's got highlights. Like, did you notice like his hair looked lighter?
Yeah,
Like I think he's been going to the
hanging out at the beach.
Yeah, getting his hair did on the fucking promenade. They put in a hair place like a great clips. I would just like tips, please. Blown tips.
Some highlights.
Like Justin Timberlake. But yeah, he's I don't understand, man. But like, yeah, so these four crazy people are brought to Deep Space Nine. In the middle of a war, mind you, which is kind of dumb. You would think this would be a good episode before the war started, but I guess the war kind of
they needed the war happening. But why not then bring Julian to Earth or wherever?
Yeah, I thought it was weird that they would bring these four whack jobs in to make a military installation during a heightened period here.
Or maybe they were thinking, hey, if he can't fix them, we're going to kick him through the wormhole and let him figure it out over there.
Yeah. Going to shoot him out into space. Yeah, space. Shoot him out into space. Yeah, space.
I'll give you a space blowjob out. Oh, my God.
I mean, she just wants to fuck, Dennis.
Damn, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hell no, baby. Get it on. Let's fuck.
I'll be here, doctor.
I'll play doctor with you. I'm going to have to give you a hysterectomy with my wiener. Got to get up in there. We're going to have some sex. You wild girl. You crazy. You want to get it. Yeah. We're going to get our fuck on. Come on now. Let's go, girl.
I don't like how on the Wikipedia page they describe her as a female, almost 40. So what?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I bet, you know what, they probably put her in the mental institution when she was like 39. Like, look, you're too old now. Ain't nobody trying to fuck you, woman. You better get
all that shit was cool when she was 25.
Yeah. When you're 22 wilding out at the club, everybody wants you around. But now that you're 40, that's kind of no. That's what happened. I bet you that's exactly what happened.
Cougars. Before cougars were acceptable.
Yeah. Because I bet you if you show this episode to a dude who's 19 years old, he's going to go, what's wrong with her? She seems fine to me.
She's got Blanche Devereaux syndrome.
Yeah, would they put Blanche Devereaux in a mental institution?
Probably.
Because she's trying to fuck everybody. And she's real old. Like, this lady's only 40.
Yeah. Blanche Devereaux is a cautionary tale.
Yep. But at 22, though, this girl fine. Yep, she's great. Let everybody want her around. Hey, did you invite what's her name to the party? And Lauren, she gonna fuck off.
Yeah, drop it on us.
She's gonna fuck everybody. This is gonna be awesome. But at 40, ew.
You can't invite her to your dinner party.
She's gonna fuck everybody.
And turn into a key party.
Ugh. She makes such terrible casserole. She's too busy blowing everybody.
Everything's penis shaped.
And burnt. She's too busy fucking.
Let me guess, you're going to bring an erotic cake? All right. That's a perfect mold of your vagina. All right, we get it. We've all seen it.
That was 10 years ago. It's time to move on, Lauren.
Yeah.
Okay, it was fun when we were 22, but now that we're almost 40, we're a lot more mature now.
Just smacking everybody in the face with vagina pies.
Have a cream pie. Have a cream pie.
Now give me a cream pie.
You and your husband. And his friend. But yeah. But they come
That's
to this.
no crime.
Yeah, I mean, if
they locked her up because they want to keep her to themselves.
If being a horny old lady's a crime, then man, I can't wait to run into these criminals.
How do I end up in that jail?
Yep. Who I got to kill? Send me there. Let's go.
Yeah. But I didn't like the Patrick character portrayal that much. Like, I don't like it when they make people seem like they're mentally deficient.
Yeah.
in a way. It's like the Pac-Leds. Same
Well,
thing.
I think he
Like,
was.
I know he's really smart, but like, I don't know.
Dennis, I don't want to contradict you here, friend, because that's not what the show is about, especially when Ben's not around. But I think he was more emotionally deficient than.
He's like childlike,
Yeah.
Like
I just, yeah.
Developmentally challenged.
Yes, he's just having issues with his emotions.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I get you. He was my least favorite of the wackies. Because, I mean,
The Whack Pack.
Yeah, the Whack Pack. I didn't like Patrick. Lauren was fine. Jack was kind of annoying, but, like, he did because he had, like, he's like pre-Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He had, like, the little mustache and the goatee, and he was real smart.
But I did like them as a group. Like, I think altogether they are a pretty good, cast of characters.
Yes. And so they're on this space station because Brashear's going to try to help him be normal. And they were like, well, we don't want to be fucking normal. We like being the way.
The inspiration. Like, look, you can just be normal like me.
Yes. You can just be normal like me.
Like they have a choice for the way they're behaving.
Yes.
That's another thing. That's fucked up, man.
Well,
it's not their fault they're that way.
Yes, it's really not. And again, the fact that they can't do anything medically, like I can break an arm and they can run a light over it. My arm is magically fixed.
It'll be sore for a couple of days, but you should be fine.
You should be back to playing fucking tennis in no time. But you guys haven't figured that out on my brain. Like you can't run a light over my brain and go, okay, you're good. I don't think they did a good enough job kind of defining that, because I mean there have been cases where like Brashear will fix someone's brain by just putting that little light thing on there and like, oh, we're doing brain surgery on them.
Yeah.
But like where's the disconnect here? Now if they would have explained it, because maybe the doctors who performed the surgery, the quacks, did such a horrific job, like it was, I guess unreversible, if you will, then say that. But just by the fact that like, yeah, they're in an institution, fuck them.
Yeah.
It seems very unlike Star Trek to just be like, oh, fuck them. They're crazy.
Yeah. And it seems like the only counseling they get is talking.
Yeah.
Psychotherapy, not any kind of drugs or anything like that, or medication to treat them.
It's like they're fucking Scientologists.
Yeah. And they're so smart. Why can't they heal themselves? They should be able to figure this out, right?
Well, they should be able to figure each other out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to fix yourself, but it's easy to fix other problems. And I think that's the whole point of this episode, where like all four of these people are pretty fucked up, but they see the new Gull's little speech that he's given about, his mission and efforts and stuff. And it's like a peace thing. And they all of a sudden they start shooting this thing to pieces. This speech, they're all telling this, well, this is bullshit. And this guy doesn't want to be saying this. And
He's a pretender.
He's forced, and you can tell someone's making him say this. And they put the whole story together. So Brashear gets the bright idea, like, hey, now these people feel like they have a purpose, which is very nice of Brashear to kind of say, like, hey, maybe we can help these people by them kind of analyzing some of this data. But it goes very much from like hypothetical for fun to these guys are right on. We're going to base all of Starfleet intelligence on what they have to say.
We'll give them access to classified materials. What could go wrong?
Have we met these four people? It's essentially like they were really good at playing Sim City, and somebody said, okay, now we're just going to give you like a bunch of equipment, build a real city.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you did really good at Roller Coaster Tycoon? Here you go. I'm willing to bet when Cisco sent the report into Starfleet Command, he didn't tell them that these were mental patients. He's like, we've got these 4 analysts here that have come up with this theory, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, that sounds really good.
But yeah, it goes from make-believe to, okay, you guys are basically planning our war effort a little too quickly for my tastes.
Like even that one thing, like analyzing that the border negotiations, that's fine. Get their input on it, because they're able to shed some insight onto something that, nobody else would have really seen.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, but again, that's all very like hackney. Like, oh, he's not looking at that part of the map. He's not looking at that part of the map. Well, I mean, okay, that's very coincidental, but okay. But I guess it did work out because they wanted a certain system that had a bunch of fungi on it, and they were going to turn that fungi into tetracell white.
That's another thing I didn't understand about this episode, and I really wish Ben were here to help explain it. Because the wormhole's open for business again, right? Like, did they remine the wormhole? I don't think so.
No, I don't imagine so, but I imagine
because before the Dominion were able to just move in and out of it because they were cloaked. They could never detect them until the wormhole opened, and they're like, "Oh shit, there goes another convoy of Dominion." You know?
Yeah.
So why can't they get more tetracell white from the Gamma Quadrant?
I mean,
or more reinforcements or anything.
If you can cut down on having to go back and forth for it, right? And you can never have enough drugs. As someone that used to do drugs, like
why can't they bring any? That's what I just don't understand it. Like, why did they say,
sure,
okay, we can't ever use the wormhole again? I mean, that one time their fleet got wiped out by the prophets. Are the prophets doing this every time now? Every time the Dominion try to come through? Or,
I don't know.
Like, it's never explained, and I just don't understand why they don't just try to get more wide.
Again, I'm going to say you can never have enough drugs.
Yeah. But they already know there's a bunch in the Gamma Quadrant they can go get.
Yeah, but they don't have to go all the way back. Like, it's nice to have
that far.
Nice to have your drugs.
For drugs? Are you telling me they want to go that far to get their drugs?
I mean, but it's a matter of convenience, Dennis. It's like, okay, think about it like this. There is a.
I don't think.
What are your two favorite fast food places, Dennis?
Fast food places?
Yes.
I guess Taco Bell and Wendy's.
Okay, so you're in the right lane. Okay, there's a Taco Bell on the right side and a Wendy's on the left side. Are you gonna make that U-turn to get to Wendy's, or are you just gonna turn into Taco Bell because it's right there?
No, but see, here's the real question. This is the difference, though.
Matter of convenience.
So the last Taco Bell in Hampton Roads, let's say, is in Newport News, and I move to Chesapeake.
Okay.
Am I going to cross the bridge tunnel to go get my Taco Bell?
No.
Even though it's really inconvenient, and there might be a Taco Hut or something.
A taco smell.
Yeah.
No.
But if I'm addicted to it, like I gotta have my Taco Bell or I'll go crazy. I'm gonna cross the bridge tunnel, even at 4:30 in the afternoon.
I don't know. I think that seems risky to me.
No, you gotta have it. You're gonna go get it.
I don't know.
People suck dick for drugs, man. They're gonna go through the wormhole.
Now, do you think Lauren does that, or does she just suck dick and drugs are a fun after?
Yeah, I don't think she does drugs. Her body's a temple that everybody has to fuck.
Yes, my body's a temple that everybody has to come inside.
Put your worshipers inside me.
Yes, all your worshipers go in my mouth and anus. But yeah, so I'm super into this episode. And then, so I don't know, but I guess we could find out. That's a good question. I didn't even really think of that. I was just like, oh yeah, sure, okay.
Like I understood the Ketracel white supply was low when the wormhole was mined, but now that it's not mined anymore, they never had a problem getting past the Federation to get through the wormhole before. So I don't understand why they wouldn't do it now.
I don't know. But didn't they just blow up a Tetracell white factory too?
That was in the Alpha Quadrant.
Well, this is in the Alpha Quadrant, so maybe
I know, but they can just go. Yeah, I mean that would be more convenient, but I don't like they shouldn't be low on supply. They
but this
whenever they need to build.
They also said this, but I believe they also said this would give them enough Tetracell white forever.
Forever.
Yeah. Forever? So, I mean, if you can get an endless supply of drugs.
Yeah, no, it makes sense why
going back to my original argument.
But I'm not saying that's why they want that planet. Like that, this is kind of beside the point of them wanting this planet. Like I'm just wondering why they're still not using the wormhole, even though it's not mine anymore.
I'm gonna use your wormhole. Ooh.
Ooh. No mines.
Ain't no mines in your wormhole, baby. It's open for business. Come on in. Weather's fine in my wormhole. But yeah, so they tell him that, and then everybody's happy about the whack jobs doing this cool stuff. And then all of a sudden, like they start doing all kinds of projections, and it's fun too because they're doing these things and they're all on a different tablet. Like all the information is on one tablet.
Yeah.
And so Cisco just has all these tablets in front of him. And as I'm watching this on an iPad, I'm thinking like, this is super hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like it's weird that each one of these things is on a different tablet, which is just so silly. But
like for the visual gag, it works. But
yes.
like conceptually, even in the 90s, they had to know. It's like you can fit a lot of data probably on one of those things.
One page.
They had to, even if you think 50 years in the future from then, like I'm
no,
sure
Dennis.
a lot of stuff.
Each tablet is one piece of paper. It's not very efficient. But
it's
man,
like in Encounter at Farpoint, they talk about printing stuff off. It's like, what are you guys talking about?
But at that point, though, I bet that's real technology, though. We're going to print it with a laser.
Yeah, a laser printer?
Fancy, right?
Yes.
We are
in 1986, that was fancy.
We are so technologically advanced because we print with lasers.
Then Morgan Freeman's voice, the world wouldn't see a real laser printer for another 12 years.
Laser. But yeah, so they do all that, and then they keep going, and this is how it's going to be, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be wonderful. But then all of a sudden, they did another projection, and oh no, it's over, Johnny. There's no way the Federation can win. They're going to lose 900 billion people.
Yeah. But their methodology is really kind of dumb. Like they're saying the further you go into the future, the less significant small events are going to impact it.
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb.
The further you go into the future.
Yeah. Then the like minor details can change a lot of things.
Yes.
As you go in the future.
Yes.
I don't know. They seem like they can make more accurate predictions 200 years from now than 200.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me either. You would think the earlier the better. Like they'll be more accurate the closer they are to right now.
Yeah, you can account for variables that are closer in time than you can ones further out.
Yes.
Those will change things in unpredictable ways.
Yeah, because look at history.
Yeah.
If you will.
And all these things build on each other.
Yeah.
Like one change here changes something else later and later and later and later. It's not like only happening at that one point in time.
Yes.
So that's how you can tell these people are crazy. Fucking nuts. And you are too, Julian.
Well, Julian's all like, oh no, we have to surrender. And I love Cisco, surrender to the Dominion.
Not on my watch.
It's such a great line that he says. Just the way he says it. Surrender to the
Very
Dominion.
scolding. Surrender to the Dominion. Come on. Motherfucker, you crazy.
Did you know who I am? I'm Cisco. You gonna show me that dong, 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 dong? You got a better chance of that happening than surrender to the Dominion. I bet they had to cut the N-word out because I bet he said it to Julian at that point.
N-word, please.
N-word, you crazy. Surrender to the Dominion. I would love to see an outtake like that. Have you seen that Booker T wrestling promo where he calls Hulk Hogan the N-word?
Hulk Hogan, we come for you, N-word. And then he goes, I think that was live. I don't think they could.
I believe it was.
They could cut it.
No, they couldn't because it's on the internet, Dennis.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's one of my favorites.
That stuff gets leaked sometimes, you know.
Maybe that's why Hulk Hogan thought it was cool for him to say the N-word because Booker
T called me that on live TV.
Booker T thinks I'm cool.
Yeah. And I don't like N-words when they date my daughter.
So, I mean...
Whoa, brother.
You know something, N-word. I see a lot of you guys with white women, dude. That really upsets the Hulkster. Really gets his 24-inch pythons really going, dude. Now, this is what the Hulkster says. In Hulkamania land, brother.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Whites stay with whites, dude. There's no mixing of races, brother. You guys can say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and do your workouts, brother. But you got to do them separately. In equal facilities, bro. Separate but equal is what the Hulkster
right.
says, dude.
You wrestle in that ring. I'm not down with mixed tag teams.
No, and if you wrestle in
Not
that ring,
mixed race tag teams, at least.
and Junkyard Dog, if you're going to fight me in that ring, you better go in another way, brother. You better enter the ring on the other side, dude. We're not allowed to go into the same side. I believe they have a Junkyard Dog only entrance, brother. What you gonna do when Jim Crow was riled on you?
For once, I'm actually worried we're going to get sued for
Why?
$40 billion.
Well, first off, I mean,
The Hulkster's very litigious.
yeah, but all this stuff is true.
It is.
He did say the N-word.
He did.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
brother.
You know what I mean, brother?
Brother of the Ku Klux Klan. But yeah, so anyway. So Julian gets all bent out of shape and gets hella wasted at Quark's, and he's just like, you guys are all a bunch of dicks. You're a bunch of slaves, man. You're a bunch of...
Doesn't matter. Eventually, we're all going to lose and die.
You're all,
900 billion people.
you're all dumb, unlike me, who's real smart and smug.
And it's really fucking stupid to use Dabo as a metaphor for life. Like, eventually you're going to lose. Like, no, that's a gambling game. You're supposed to lose eventually.
Yeah. The only winner in Dabo is Quark.
That's right.
So Quark's like, yeah, I don't get it, but whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to lose, man. It's like Dabo, brother.
Everything's a game of Dabo.
And it's like, you try real hard, but I'm going to lose 9 million, billion, cajillion people. They're all going to die because you guys just won't surrender and be enslaved for like 4 generations until a generation rises up and has a rebellion, which could take hundreds of years. I mean, I don't understand why you guys won't listen to 4 maniacs that are stuck in a room together.
By the way, this is all classified information. You're just rambling on about it in Quarks.
You know what, man? I've had like a beer and a half and I'm totally wasted.
This synthahol is really going to my head, man.
I'm going to go over to the hair salon to get some more
I'm bloody wasted.
Right. You guys are all
dyed tips and bleach my asshole.
Then I'm going to go bang that lady who's really into fucking. What if she was in the crazy house because she's a cock tease?
She never puts out.
Never puts out, and everybody's like, "What the fuck, Lauren?" And so, like, you know what? We're gonna put you here because you're crazy, man. You give all the signs, and then when it gets down to fucking, you're like, "No, I'm good." And it's like, "Fuck you, lady. You're going to crazy jail."
Till you learn how to spread those legs.
Yeah, until you learn to put out.
Yeah.
Or she just likes getting to like first base. She just wants to make out a little bit.
Yeah.
Then she.
I will say I was impressed, and this had to be like ADR recorded or something. But like when she planted that huge kiss on Julian, like she was talking, and as her mouth was going into his mouth, or like as she was sucking on his face, she was still talking. I was like, how is she doing that?
Wow, you really watched that scene a lot, eh?
Yeah, 25 times.
You know something, dude? I didn't like that scene very much, brother.
He's a little too brown for me.
If you catch my drift, dude. Whoa. I think he's Al-Qaeda, brother.
Nobody knows that it is right now. This is the mid-90s.
But the Hulkster knows.
They were still kind of cool with us back then.
I mean, I guess Rambo is okay. But, you know.
Yeah.
Good enough for Rambo, good enough for the Hulkster, brother. But But yeah, so they do that whole thing, and he gets all drunk and stupid. But then I guess Brazier tells him like, yeah, nobody cares about your projections. So they do what any rational people would do. They just punch him in the face.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we'll tell the Dominion
Yeah,
how to
and
beat the Federation.
yeah, he's like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea, Julian says.
No. Only 2 billion people will die. This is so much better.
Much less dead people.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they're not wrong, but
They are.
still pretty shitty.
And Julian's like, yeah, no, you can't do that. Well, he says, yes, I can. And he punches him in the face.
So I guess Jack's super strong, too. Or he's just super accurate with his punches.
He just knows exactly where to get him. And he lays him out cold.
And then they tied him up, and then Lauren fucked the shit out of him while he was unconscious. She put a rubber band around his dick until it got hard.
All right, Dennis.
She's a freak, man. What can I say?
All right.
I mean, nothing.
Julian does wake up tied to a chair with a rubber band around his cock, so I don't know. I mean, you paint your own picture.
I'm just connecting the dots here.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's what I'm saying, Dennis. It all works for me. So yeah, yeah, and then I guess Julian talks to the mute girl, and he's like, "Hey, look, mutie.
Yeah,
I know
you like Jack. I know you want him to tap that ass, that mute ass.
I'm always staring at you, and I see the way you look at Jack, and you can help him by helping me put this rubber band around my mouth."
Tighter.
And then let's have sex. And then they free him, and then he stops them, and then everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because the crazy people had actually sent a transmission to Wyoon, and Wyoon was going to meet him in the fucking
the broom closet.
Yeah, the broom
Basically.
closet for sex for 7 minutes in heaven. But then all of a sudden Odo shows up. He's like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
Basically. And Julian tells him, well, one person stopped you guys, so who's to say that all our predictions are correct?
It's so
because
odd.
All these little things make a big difference.
Yes, and it's so odd to me that that's what does it. Like this mute girl spilling the beans on her cute.
Well, she didn't spill the beans.
Guy.
She just untied Julian.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, like, yes.
But she left the rubber band on.
Yeah, Julian doesn't kind of go like, these are our projections, but a guy like Cisco could throw all that right out the window because he's so daring and handsome and wonderful and sexy and determined. Like, they really don't, I guess, factor in like the human sense of determination not to be conquered by a bunch of drug addict aliens.
Yeah.
Like they've clearly never heard of James T. Kirk is what I'm saying. Like they spent all that time watching all the Kardashian stuff and keeping up with the Kardashians and all that. They didn't bother to learn about Captain William Tiberius Kirk, bro.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you need to switch from E to the History Channel.
Yes.
And watch a Nazi documentary.
Yep, and watch stuff about James Tiberius Kirk. Now he's going to fuck some shit up with some back chops and drop kicks and shit.
The axe handle.
Yep. They didn't know anything about Spock or the awesomeness that is Archer.
Yeah.
So
I bet they didn't see Romulus's star blowing up, going supernova. I didn't hear anything about that in their reports.
No way, Jose. So, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
And then, I guess Julian goes down and plays some Dabo and wins, and now he's happy again. And then all of a sudden, like, the crazy people want to see him again before they leave. They want to see Julian. So Julian goes up, and he's like, okay, guys, you guys are okay by me.
Oh, you're not mad at me?
And
Oh,
then,
good.
and then they say like, okay, well, if we figure out how to beat the Dominion, we'll let you know. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. And now, my least favorite thing about this episode.
Tell me.
Great story. I love the execution and everything. The acting's pretty good. The very last shot is like this pull-out shot on Julian in the room that they were all in the whole time.
You were saying that.
It's like so fucking bumpy. Like, how could they not get a smooth shot of this pullout? Like, you see, like they ran over something. It's like, what the fuck is happening here?
So you're actually talking about the pullout. Like you weren't happy with. It wasn't a nice smooth transition.
No, and it doesn't seem like it was a difficult shot to get.
Okay.
Like when they fucked it up, they should have just done another take and like, all right, we can get this back. It just really annoyed me. That's right really at the end of the episode. If it happened in the middle or something, I probably would have never noticed it, but it's right at the end and it's just like, what's happening?
That's really funny. I'll have to go back. You know what? I didn't even notice that. Now I want to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and check for the bumpy pull-out shot.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll look into that. But so besides,
what do you give that episode?
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 7. Like I thought I would find it annoying because when I first started watching it, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be annoying.
Even the title sounds annoying.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? This episode's I'm gonna hate it. But the more I watched it, the more I enjoyed it. I'm surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did. To be honest with you, that's kind of the overall feeling I have. I'm surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm going to give this episode a 7. There's no reason why I should like this episode that much, Dennis, but I really did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think it's a 7 too. And kind of like you, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, where is this going?
That's what I said.
I liked how they tied in the war with these people. Because like the last couple episodes, they really haven't talked about the Dominion War that much.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see what's, this could have easily been like a bottle episode where Julian's just talking to these people about their feelings and stuff, and it just gets really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, oh, how can we tie this into the bigger picture of what's happening right now? And I thought that was really cool.
It served a real practical purpose.
Yeah. Like it was ridiculous that Julian would just turn on the TV and start watching this Cardassian speech in these people's room. But it served to move the plot forward and tie in the whole war effort with these people's, special abilities.
No, I really enjoyed it. Like I can't believe that I liked it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. So I really enjoyed it. So there you go. That's it. Ding, ding, ding. Game's over.
Good job.
Good job, Dennis.
Good job, you.
I think we made some very funny comments during this podcast as well. So I'm going to give this podcast a 7 as well. Yeah, it'll be out. It'll be out on Friday. I'll put it out Friday night, probably before D&D, and then everybody will be happy and ready to go.
Nice.
And I'm happy and ready to go to bed. So let's do that. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you very much for listening. Dennis and I will be back hopefully with Jenny and Ben soon. And yeah, we'll have the whole crew back together shortly. Hopefully.
We'll have our foursome.
Yes.
Mutant freaks.
Yes, but the cool part is we're all sex maniacs.
That's right.
So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.